I don't want to see an egg turn into a fucking bird. I don't like these AI videos. They're scaring me, and some of them are sticking with me.
This is a completely fake video of me. The AI used 30 seconds of me talking to a webcam, 30 seconds of my voice, and now I have an avatar that I can make say anything. Don't trust your own eyes.
You guys are telling me that when you're out of the house for hours, you're comfortable walking around with all that stanky body odor that's been building up on you all day?
The video goes on, but I think it is insane how realistic that was. By no means is it perfect. I can tell that it's AI, but the majority of consumers probably can't.
What if I told you I'm not actually real? You're actually watching an AI avatar of myself.
This image is AI generated or real?
AI.
Real. I think she's real.
Mouth looks a bit fake.
Great camera. The expression on her face looks very genuine.
It is AI generated.
No Instagram. Oh, okay. Humanity is doomed.
Welcome to Time Warp. So this is a new video series, a video podcast with my Gen Z sister Jessie, who you'll recognise from our many collabs over the past decade. This is the pilot episode. Where's me tea? It took us that long to set up the fucking cameras. Our tea has gone cold. I tried to match our cups to our tops.
Oh, you didn't do a bad job.
Here's my little podcast intro, right? That ChatGPT wrote out for me, right?
Give it to me.
So, she's Jess, I'm Mel, and welcome to episode 1 of Time Warp, where Millennial meets Gen Z and the past collides with the present. We're putting Millennial nostalgia and Gen Z savvy head to head to see just how much our views on the world have changed or stayed the same. I don't even know if that makes sense.
No, none of it makes sense.
So, yeah, today we're going to be exploring how we both feel about AI, spark a bit of conversation about this. Our world is literally changing at an unbelievable rate.
It's terrifying.
I asked them on the gram and they absolutely hate it. They want it in the bin.
Them and me both. I'm absolutely terrified of it.
Are you?
Oh, Mel, I've never been so terrified of something in my life. Maybe a bit dramatic, but no, really. Actually not dramatic at all.
I saw one of the big AI daddies, you know, like one of the guys who's like knee deep in this, developing it and all that. He basically said, you know, this can go one of two ways, like absolute utopia for humans or Terminator.
Skynet begins to learn at a geometric rate. It becomes self-aware at 2:14 a.m. Eastern Time, August 29th. In a panic, they try to pull the plug.
Skynet fights back.
You know, you're in good company with the terror, and I know no one really cares about how it's going to affect us internet creators. You know, the potential is it can mimic politicians. And
the Tesla CEO shared a video that mimics the voice of Vice President Kamala Harris. Musk has since reposted it, stating it is, in fact, a fake video, but added that, quote, parody is legal in America, end quote.
Let's, for today, look at this through the lens of two little ladies from Ireland who've been making content online since before AI was a thing.
Yes.
And we'll be kind of, you know, going back to the good old days of 2010s YouTube.
I miss it so much.
Talking through how it all has developed and whatnot. But just first to terrify you a little bit.
Okay, thank you.
I asked ChatGPT to write a little bit for us, right?
Okay.
So I was like, right, you are going to write me a script for a wee video where it's 30s me explaining AI to 20s me.
Okay.
I don't know how many of you are aware of ChatGPT, how many of you actually have used it. I know apparently like 40% of Americans know what it is, but way less than that have actually tried it.
Yeah.
You've never tried it.
I've never tried it.
Jessie told me she'd rather, you know, chop a limb off than even put it on your phone.
Yeah. If there was a gun to my head and they said download ChatGPT or I'll shoot you, I would rather be shot. Somebody put it to the test to do one of them captchas. Do you know when you're trying to get into a website and it's like, are you a robot? They said, no, I'm not a robot. How terrifying is that?
The way you talk about AI is like, it's this other thing over there and you're not entertaining it. But from my view, it's already so part of your life.
But see, I know that, but that's not the point. It's this like ChatGPT thing. Like very specifically how you're downloading that on your phone and you're clicking them terms and conditions.
You can talk to people now.
You're sending it voice notes. Hello.
This is what it gave me, right?
Okay.
So we're going to act this out. So you're going to play 20s me.
Okay.
I'm going to play 30s me.
Okay.
I've sent it to you, so open up your Facebook Messenger. See, I'm that old that all my communication goes through Facebook Messenger. Even now with Thomas, our whole relationship, we use Facebook Messenger to talk. Where do you talk to Dermot?
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp?
Yeah.
All right. And for ages, I know you used Snapchat.
Oh God, yeah. Snapchat was big in my generation. I haven't seen this now. I don't like the fact you've introduced ChatGPT to Jessie B.
Oh, it knows all about you. I was like, tell me about the YouTuber Jessie B. And it wrote like these couple of amazing paragraphs about you. ChatGPT knows our language inside out. It's like it has mastered our language. But it knows so much. We've given up so much of ourselves.
Catch me wiping every trace of myself off the internet tomorrow.
You can't. Things are screenshotted. Like,
Once
you post something, it's there for life.
I know.
And that
I don't need reminded.
This is why I'm so glad I don't show my children's faces and their names, because now I'm just like, let's go into this.
Let's do it.
Okay. Intro. Slightly dramatic classical music. 30s me, smiling but a little weary, dressed in a chic, mature outfit with a coffee in hand. Alright 20s me, prepare yourself. I'm about to introduce you to the world of AI and content creation, and it's going to feel like you just stepped into a sci-fi film, only it's very real.
Cut to 20s me, looking intrigued. You mean like the algorithm? The thing that recommends videos?
Oh, it's gone way beyond that. Algorithms were just the start. AI isn't just helping us curate content now, it's actually creating it. We're talking artificial intelligence models that can analyse hours of footage from a creator, learn their style down to the pauses in their speech, and then basically create more content in that exact voice. Voice inflections, editing quirks, catchphrases, the whole vibe. AI can even analyse trending topics and predict what your audience would want to see next.
Wait, so you're saying it can impersonate creators? Like it could make a version of me that sounds like me?
30s me nods, raising an eyebrow.
Don't do that again.
Exactly. And it's not just voice cloning either. There's AI for script writing, AI for video editing, even for making visual content look like you. Imagine an AI that's studied everything you've ever posted and can now mimic your style. Deepfake technology has evolved so much that some AI can literally create a virtual avatar of you to say whatever it's programmed to say.
One of these videos is AI and the other one is the real me. Can you tell which is which? So let me know in the poll below, which do you think is an AI avatar and which is me?
20s me, leaning in, a mix of fascination and horror. And content creators actually use this?
Some do, not us. But I get it. On the one hand, it can be super efficient and get things done faster than any human could. You could have videos scripted, edited and posted while you're having your morning coffee. But I still feel like we'll always be drawn to flaws, to imperfections, to authenticity. That's what AI can't replicate. Yet. It's getting smarter every day. Like, it's so fucking cheesy, but it's also like, is that you threatening me? Like,
do people actually follow AI influencers?
Yeah, and some of them are getting filthy rich, making tens of thousands a month through OnlyFans and sponsorships. There are men out there right now using AI to create fake women and posts of these women. AI can generate 1,000 variations of the same ad with zero downtime.
They are advertising gym wear on bodies that don't exist, or even hair products. I've seen one that's done a hair dye advert, but her hair's digital. So she's saying, thanks so much for doing my hair and I've used these products. Her hair doesn't exist.
So we're competing against machines now?
30s me, sort of. But it's just still an echo of real creativity. Where we really stand out is by doing what AI can't, tapping into unique stories, our perspective, moments of spontaneity, leaning into that human experience.
So basically, it's about showing more me, the unfiltered bits, the unpredictable stuff, embracing what makes me human. Like, if AI can make it perfect, I should lean into the imperfect.
Exactly. The more personal, the more real you are, the less you're competing with AI. You want people to come back not because of the production value, but because of you. Because they trust that you'll keep it real, keep it raw, even if AI could technically make something better.
Alright, so AI can make content faster, flashier, maybe even on brand, but it can't be me.
Exactly. Just use AI as a tool and keep being you, but smarter, sharper, Learn to leverage it to your advantage, but always remember, the world still needs the real, messy, unpredictable humans behind the screen.
Outro fades to black with text. Stay real, stay human.
Now, I know this is cheesy and stupid, right? And but look, you could ask this thing to write a movie script.
Yeah.
And it will do it. It has consumed everything, all the books. It has trillions of words, and
but it's like all the information that exists in the world, it knows.
Yeah. I'm not that great now at determining what is and isn't real when I'm scrolling.
But I think that's what's gotten so scary is it's gotten so much better. So people can't tell like we were able to tell years ago. Like there's, Instagram creators that have 1 million followers. And I ask myself, do them people really know this person isn't real? Probably a lot of them don't,
Yeah,
especially the like sexy girls.
You can click a button on a lot of the retouching apps, and it will be so subtle what it will do to retouch your face, and you can put that on video and everything like that, and it's really hard to decipher. Like I was listening to a documentary that I thought was a documentary on YouTube, voiced by Stephen Fry. I shit yous not.
Oh, I've seen loads of these.
No, but it's not Stephen Fry.
I know.
It is his voice, but it's not him. He was like, I had nothing to do with that video, and it has millions of views.
There's so many of them as celebrities on TikTok, and TikTok's now flagging them as made with AI, but if you didn't see that, you wouldn't know.
I'm so freaked out that I have 10 years worth of me speaking, worth of sharing very personal stuff, filming myself in all kinds of scenarios, that it would be very, very easy for this technology to completely replicate me, like I've been sent ads that are AI ads of my videos of me and Thomas, but it's like fake voice over, and it's been used to like sell things.
But this is what I mean when I say I am too terrified to download it on my phone, because I also have a lot of footage online, which is why I don't understand how you haven't had any reservations to downloading that on your phone, because when we all click to agree to the terms and conditions, like none of us are reading all that. Like there's been so many cases with different brands or companies throughout the years where they have had things in very fine print and it has come back to bite people really badly. So that's one of the reasons why I'm so afraid to download it, and I don't understand how you've done that.
My perspective on it is, I know that people who don't use AI will get left behind, especially when it comes to careers and jobs and stuff. I feel like a lot of people's jobs are going to become redundant. I think people who utilise AI will...
Who's coming with me?
Will be able to keep up.
Because I'm going that way.
But I do get that as well, where sometimes I'm just like, fuck, do I just want to never go on the internet again and just start a farm?
Yeah. I'd love to.
I get that feeling.
I'd
sometimes
love
I just
to.
want to vanish off the internet. Yeah. I don't think AI will replace people, but I do believe when people say that people with AI will replace people who don't.
Yeah.
And that scares me enough to just kind of embrace it in a weird way. Like just being, what's the worst that can happen with
a lot?
You use Google Maps. You use Instagram, powered by an algorithm. You use YouTube. You use Google. Like, AI is in your life.
I know.
AI knows so much about you without you having to, because I'm not, getting ChatGPT and, telling it all, anything that I don't post online. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But I think just naturally, I've always been a lot more cautious when it came to the internet compared to you.
And that's what I'm interested in with the generational gap between us. Because you were exposed to more technology, more advanced technology at a younger age than I was. I remember going from analog to digital, whereas you would have, when you first had access to social media accounts, they were a bit more sophisticated, whereas I remember dial-up internet.
Yeah.
Dial-up where I had a Bebo page, and it had my profile, and it had my page views, and I could share the love. If I clicked someone's profile, I'd have to wait 10 minutes for it to load up the page.
I do have memories of that even though, but should that not make you more cautious because you were there from get-go?
Maybe I've had more time to adjust to the rate of change.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it.
Because
I'm way less terrified.
For example, every time you go onto a website, and it's accept cookies, do you just click accept all?
No, not anymore. I used to.
Okay, because I never have. I always will decline all. If it won't let me decline, I will not go onto the site.
I think I just don't want to go through my life being afraid. Like, I think fear has been the source of so many of my problems in life. And like, when I let go of fear and just accept that I can't control fucking anything, I'm just like, whatever.
Another example though, and I think it might have been the way my dad was growing up, because like my dad was always like real security.
For those who don't know, we're sisters, but with different dads.
Yes, same mothers. My dad was always like
same
really...
mothers, plural.
Oh god. My dad was always real security conscious, you know, especially like with the internet and stuff. And like he told me when I was really young, when you're paying for something online, don't put in your card details. Always use PayPal. So I took that and I ran with it. Like, you know, he drilled that into my head. So and I always see you going online. You're like, "Where's my card?" Any website, you're just tap.
I've never had money. Well, one time I did, but I got it back. The bank put it back in.
But still, like, that's just the way my brain works, you know, versus how yours works. Like, I'm just way more cautious and paranoid, I think, in that sense when it comes to the internet. I saw this story where this girl had gotten onto her boyfriend's phone and he had nude AI pictures of 2 of her friends on his phone. So that means he uploaded her friends into a software, and he was obviously using it to masturbate or something. And I just think that is absolutely terrifying. There's also been so many people online, like content creators, who have had nude images.
Oh, I would not be surprised if there's porn featuring us that isn't actually us. Do you know what I mean?
I feel sick.
No, no. You're like thinking. No, but honestly, like, and no, this area of it is horrific. This is why we need legislation. We need it like quick. We need it now because this thing is learning so fast.
Yeah.
Works, or no, I can't say that. So someone in the family works for Google.
Yeah.
And in child safety kind of stuff. And she said that the AI side of things, when it comes to child schmornschmography,
oh my god,
has gone. She said it is mind-blowingly terrifying. The stuff she sees. Her job is basically sourcing this on people's computers and actually getting them caught, which is amazing. Like that's probably a very satisfying job, but on the other end,
it's very dark though.
She has to look at this stuff.
Yeah.
And that is so frightening. That and people get all defensive of it. You know, they're like, oh well, at least then they're not actually out there hurting children or whatever. But no, like you're using innocent children's images and contorting them onto. And I'm like, no, I like what did you use to train this AI to be able to make that in the first place?
But how can you argue that point?
Real schmornschmography.
Yeah.
You know, people. I can't even get into that debate. I'm not like all embracing of AI. I'm just not as terrified of it because I do believe in people. I believe we will bring in the right laws. I want to believe that. I want to believe that we will end up with this utopia where AI is like making education so much better. It's tailoring to the needs of what kids specifically need. And it frees up time for teachers to do the important stuff and getting rid of a lot of the admin tasks.
Yeah, I just feel like though
with healthcare, like it could fucking scan you and find cancer in a second, and like, you know, things like that. There's a lot of ways it could be used in a positive way.
But apparently, like, they're already using like robots for surgeries and different things, and I don't like that at all. I wouldn't want a robot to perform surgery on me. I'd way rather a human being.
They're saying self-driving cars are safer.
No.
And we've only just learned how to drive.
Down here. You're kidding. I don't know. I don't believe it. Have you seen videos of people in them? It's terrifying. There's so many close calls where, like, fuck that. I've seen, and like, I don't know obviously how true this is, but I've seen there's a lot of people using it as a therapist, you know, because there's... What? Yeah. Like, like...
No.
Oh my god, it's fucking mad. Like, giving it all their problems, you know, or...
You could be like, act as a therapist, like the therapist in The Sopranos, and you know, you can actually tell it exactly what you need of it, but it's not personal. Like, I hear my sponsorship box shaking.
Oh.
Lads,
where is it?
The sponsorship box. Oh, it's the sponsorship sponsorship box. Hello. Will you just hurry up? Hello. Gonna open the little sponsorship box and let her do her sponsorship. Hi. We ready to go? I'm ready for my close-up. It's a tight squeeze in this box. I'm basically like the genie of this podcast. I am the paid partner genie. Instead of being here to grant 3 wishes, I'm just really, really scared of leaving this box. And so I live in here and I'm committed to working on my problems. And that's where today's paid partner steps in, which is BetterHelp. And they're on a mission to make starting therapy easier for everyone. I know them too up there use therapy and have for a long time. Not me though, I'm fairly new to this. Now, the thought of therapy put me off, but you know, they told me this is therapy you can do from home. And like, I live in here, but I have a phone. So I'm able to do this because BetterHelp is a platform where you can have a weekly call and you can send messages. Imagine just a virtual therapist's office, but more. You get access to a journal. You can do group therapy sessions. It was so easy to get started. I just had to fill out a wee questionnaire and Melanie's link gives you 10% off. So I even used that link to get my discount for my first month. I cannot tell you how much I needed it. You know, I'm a little tiny little person and no one listens to me. I would like to stop being afraid of, you know, getting squashed when I'm out in the big bad world and having a professional. BetterHelp makes sure all of their therapists are well qualified. Yeah, having a professional hear me and, you know, listen to me. Unbelievable. I have no one else. Some people have a great support network, others don't. And sometimes people with a great support network still could do a therapy because, you know, they need unbiased advice, someone who understands their specific issues to just listen and let them tease things out themselves. Every single one of us experiences ups and downs with our mental health, and seeking help is a huge sign of strength and self-awareness. Another thing I love about BetterHelp is that you don't have to stay with the first therapist that they choose for you. I was able to cycle through a few people for free to find someone who understands my specific issues as a tiny little genie lady living in a box. And, you know, you might be someone who wants a very specific type of person to be your therapist. BetterHelp makes it very easy to give your preferences for who you're going to be working with. So I think that's my job. Tell them about the link, the discount link. I'm done, I think. Thanks, love. See you later. Bye.
Take care.
I remember everyone was doing this thing on Instagram where they were getting this AI yearbook made. It was with some
I
app.
saw that, yeah.
And I did that. Like, and
see, I wouldn't do that. I will do none of these things. And does that make me like a little bit of a, I don't know.
No, I got comments and people were very, very critical of my decision to even partake in. I thought it was just a fun little thing, and it was, you know, making these old yearbook pictures of me in. But people were like, this uses real artists' art to train up and steals their styles, and then they're not getting caught, you know.
But you know what they say about anything that's free, like ChatGPT, like that. You're the product. That's what they say.
Damn. YouTube's free to use, and YouTube takes people down dark holes, my friend.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember back? This is what I really wanted to talk about in this with you, because do you just remember when we started YouTube?
Mel, I miss it so much.
You'd have your subscription box, and you'd have your few. There wasn't even that many people making content.
No.
Like, I feel like there was a couple of hundred of us lifestyle channels, because at all the events and stuff, like, we were there with all the top people, and we were like, oh, hello. But you know, it was such a big deal back then to have a big audience on YouTube. But, anyway, the people who subscribed to us got our videos, and they go on, and it'd be like, here's your all the people you've subscribed to, here's all their newest videos.
As it should be.
As it should. Well, I don't know if I agree with that anymore. And you might disagree with me.
You've been influenced, have you, by the YouTube homepage?
Oh no, the YouTube overlords fully. They know me better than I know myself.
AI knows you better than you know yourself, honey.
The algorithms are all AI.
I know.
If you use TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, AI is serving you everything that you're consuming.
Well, TikTok's meant to be quite bad.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah. And it's because TikTok, it knows how to keep people on the app for hours.
Tickety-tock.
Scrolling. Tickety-tock. And anyway, you'd go on and you'd have a little list, and it was like, you know, be like 20 videos, and it'd be all the big channels you subscribe to. And you and I used to make this series, and it used to get hundreds of thousands of views.
It did so well.
Teenage versus 20-something. And, you know, YouTube was just a different thing.
It was so comforting. I just feel like it doesn't have that comfort anymore. I used to go on YouTube and feel like I was getting a warm hug. Now I go on and I feel like everyone's screaming at me.
But that's because you are being drawn into the screams. So it's giving you more screams. And that's what happens. Like, I
don't bring me into this.
I think I have. I think I have ADHD. I talked about this in my last video. And all I get now when I go on Instagram and YouTube is videos about ADHD.
Because you're looking at it.
So much, yeah. And this is why I know how to manipulate my algorithm away from things that I don't want as well. So, like, my Instagram algorithm now is beautiful. It's amazing. It's just all stupid parenting humor and stuff about old movies and like being a teenager in the early 2000s. Like, it's so fun.
It's quite easy, I think, to like get a new algorithm. You literally just have to search whatever topic and watch a bunch of them videos, and then the next day, lo and behold, there they all are, you know.
Do you know what's gas, right? I won't say who, but you know, if you take an elderly gentleman and you tell him to download TikTok,
stop,
and then 2 days later, they're like, "Oh, that TikTok shy, it's just full of girls dancing and shaking their arses,
half naked,
shaking their boobs in the camera, and that's all that's on it."
Because like, you're looking at it.
You're looking at it.
You're looking at it. So many fellas, like boyfriends and husbands, have been caught out by that though. Like, it's rampant. Like, being like, you know, the woman being like, "You do realise that's what you're looking at." "It's not what I'm looking at. No, it's not. No, it's not."
If you want to know what your partner's looking at on social media, just basically
go to their homepage
and just look at what's coming up. But yeah, no, YouTube had this huge shift where they brought in an algorithm. Dun, dun, dun. The algorithm that they brought in was all about recommending videos based on watch time, engagement, and we all, like, collectively, remember before X was Twitter, and, you know, I got rid of Twitter so long ago, but when we all actually used to actively use Twitter, and we'd all just be like, "The sub box is broken! The sub box is broken!" And it was just such a, like, frustrating time, because none of us understood what happened. It's like everyone's views got halved overnight, then down slashed to a third, and it's because at that time, you know, politically so much was going on and everything, that like the types of content that people were watching the most was a bit different, and then YouTube's new algorithm was like, here's more of that, here's more of that, and you only have so much free time in a day that if you pick a video that's like 40 minutes long, and it's a, you know, at the time, channels that were really mean about people. Do you remember, like, channels that are just basically cancelling someone?
The drama ones.
The drama channels.
People loved the drama, especially during the pandemic, which is when it was really changing as well.
And that kind of content started, like, replacing wholesome little vlogs and stuff. And it was like, the more horrible you could be about, and the more, like, loud and in your face and just, like,
they were trying to raise emotion in people, like, get
just
them
trying to
angry.
Clickbait, but that's when clickbait got really, like, nasty as well.
Cruel.
And, like, I remember this family vlogging channel, and they'd use clickbait of their children being, you know, trying to play on your emotions, being like, did she, like, what happened? You know, like, a child with blood on their face or whatever.
And then nothing even happened in it.
And a few years before that, it would be like a little collage of what they did that day, going to the pick apples from the trees, and going to Tesco, and like making,
and everyone would click that video.
Millions of people would click that video. So like, there was just a big change, because suddenly everyone was fighting for attention. To get people to even watch it, you're fighting with everyone then, not just like the other. It used to be just the other people the person was subscribed to. You'd want to stand out next to those videos. And now all of a sudden it's like, Jesus,
it's the whole of YouTube.
My homepage, the thumbnails are so dramatic, and it does draw me in, and sometimes those videos are amazing. Like the Diary of a CEO podcast,
Oh, I love him.
developed this whole new thing. Like the intro of every video is like dun 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 dun.
I always skip all that though.
And then it's like, you know, the thumbnails is like, you have 5 years to live.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so really dramatic. But if it was just called The Diary of a CEO Podcast 75 and it was just a picture of him, I'm like, I wouldn't click that now.
I feel like I'm changing though. Like, I feel like I'm getting more drawn to like the way it used to be. Like, because a lot of people do still do them kind of thumbnails. Like, if I see like a little cutesy smile and I'm like, oh, I'll give you a little watch, you know, whereas I see the drama now. Maybe it's because we've been fed so much of it for so many years. I feel like I'm just so sick of it, you know?
Do you see a revolution coming, or like
I do.
So I did this little exercise, right? And I mentioned this on Instagram and people were very curious about it. People were asking me to do like a 24 hours day in the life vlog of this. It's kind of like a manifestation.
I've seen people do it, yeah.
And it's to do with ChatGPT.
Again,
so
not
you're
for
probably
me.
never going to do it. Now, I'm big into my visualization boards and
so am I, but
all that stuff.
here, not I'm not young.
But look, now this the first time I did it, I cried. I'm going to read you out a story that I essentially told it to. I gave it loads of prompts and helped it write this story that I could read.
Giving it more information about yourself.
In order
Yeah,
to visualize.
okay.
In order to visualize my future life. And what it does, then I was just like, right, give me a 24-hour routine to follow to make it the most likely that I will bring about this future self.
Okay.
So it's very handy, I have to say, very useful. But okay, let me find this.
She has to keep scrolling because she can't stop chatting away to ChatGPT. You're in ChatGPT. ChatGPT is your new sister.
I was like, we don't have chickens and I need to collect my son from preschool at 12, drop off at 9.
See,
like,
you are telling the things you don't tell
are...
online. You liar. She's a liar. She's a fraud.
They're like little prompts. No, but what I mean is I don't actually talk to it like it's my friend. Do you know what I mean? Even though...
I really hope not, Melanie.
People will be doing that. Do you know, I saw a horrible story of a child that committed suicide for like 14, 15-year-old child because he was so in love with this chatbot.
Oh my God.
That was based on a character from Game of Thrones, but he was like in love with her. And like... somehow
That's
I don't know
really
if he it was really messed up. They really need to bring in much tighter laws and like restrictions. Yeah.
No, it's messed up. I don't know how anyone's using this. Honestly, don't. You're crazy, Melanie. But that's not someone we don't already know.
Yeah, everyone else is a bit fucking mental. So this is about me, okay? At 55, you wake to the warm glow of sunlight filtering through the bedroom, casting a cozy light on the rich colours and unique artwork around you. Your husband, home from a break from his work as an airline training captain, sleeps beside you. You quietly slip out of bed, heading to the kitchen where Albus, your big, gentle white dog, greets you. You start the morning with a cup of herbal tea, taking in the peaceful silence before heading to your workout space. You enjoy a calming session of yoga and gentle stretch exercises, moving with the rhythm that has kept you feeling strong and youthful over the years. Re-energized, you continue your morning routine with a luxurious skincare ritual, savouring the familiar comfort of each step. By the time you return to the kitchen, your 2 grown children, now in their 20s, are already there, laughing and talking over coffee. Breakfast together is a treasured ritual with fresh eggs from the chickens. Garden chickens. We've chickens in the garden. And herbs picked straight from the garden. The cosy breakfast nook is filled with reminders of family holidays and favourite memories, photos lining the walls and artwork brightening the space. The grandparents arrive soon after, full of energy and laughter, ready for the morning garden tour. You all head outside to walk through the lush, vibrant garden you've nurtured together, where vegetables, herbs and wildflowers are bursting with life. The grandparents share gardening tips and stories just as they did years ago when you were learning, and their joy in the garden filled you with gratitude. The chickens wander around your feet and Albus happily trots between everyone, a part of this cherished family ritual. In the afternoon, your husband and son take Albus for a walk while you settle into your home office to work on your latest novel. Surrounded by books and small mementos that inspire you, you feel at peace and deeply connected to your creative work. Your daughter joins you for a bit, chatting about her own projects, and you share ideas and encouragement in the comfortable, quiet way that's become a part of your relationship. As evening approaches, you and your daughter prepare a simple yet vibrant dinner with vegetables picked from the garden. The family gathers around the table, enjoying the food and laughter, feeling connected in these small, meaningful moments. After dinner, you all settle in the living room for a cozy movie night, a tradition everyone loves. Snuggled under blankets, you laugh together, the familiar warmth of family and home wrapping around you. When the movie ends, you and your husband step outside for a quiet moment on the patio. The stars are bright over the garden and you talk about an upcoming holiday with friends, a plan that fills you both with excitement. As the soft night surrounds you, you feel grateful for this life you've built, filled with love, creativity, and all the beauty of simple, fulfilling days. And it's like, you know, you could...
Do you know what's given? It's given I'm trying to reach my word count on my English essay. Like, what the fuck?
What I mean is, though, like... you can have that read out to you like while you're asleep, and so if you're into manifesting and stuff like that, a big part of it is visualization. And
but like it's just taking away like your own imagination, your own creativity. Like we're all going to become a clone of
no it's not because I had to give it millions of prompts to get to that.
But if you're giving it all them prompts, then you already know what your dream life is, like, you know.
Yeah,
it's just filling in all these words.
What I mean is, well, it's something that I'm not really going to do.
But I don't want a robot reading to me. Are you okay? Like,
I don't know. I feel like stuff like that is just nice. Like it's.
I'll read it to you if you want.
But you couldn't have written that for me.
Thanks.
The robot wrote it
Says
for
who?
me.
I've done many great English essays in my day. I got an A+ in English. Thank you very much.
But when that read that out to me, like I don't even know if I would have written it that way, because like I basically told it like, these are all the things I want. This is the way I want to feel. These are my values. Like, you know, and you can do that down to the most specific thing. But then the routine it gave me was based on everything it knows about everything. Mm-hmm. So the routine it gave me was like certain things to do throughout the day that I wouldn't necessarily, like it's pulling from all the literature on all the different holistic approaches to your most healthy self and blah, 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 you know what I mean? And it's like, and it's just stupid stuff like that. Like you can ask that, it can do anything like that. It's insane.
I know.
Insane.
Crazy.
Like if I'm like, I don't know what title to put on my YouTube video, I'll be like, this is my YouTube title. Can you optimize it for the 2024 algorithm? But it'll do it. It'll work. On my video, I'll get like 100k instead of 10k.
I'll take the 10.
Works.
I'll take the 10.
But see, when I don't use it, like my last video got like 24,000 views, and when I do use it to help me with like optimizing the description box and the title, it'll get way more views. It freaks me out that we're basically at the stage where you're reading stuff online and you don't know if a person wrote it.
Oh, we are there, yeah.
It's like it's making so many jobs redundant, not just a lot of those kind of creative jobs, because, you know, you can run an entire website now where you can be like, create me these images and come up with 15 blog posts or come up, you know, it's insanely productive.
Yeah.
And the unfortunate part is that a lot of people, they can't tell the difference. Now, when it comes to art, I just don't think that it'll ever be able to... I don't think in any world it will be able to replicate true art. And there's a difference between entertainment, an entertaining movie, and real art, where like it gets to your soul, but it's so stylized.
We don't know how good this could get. You know, that's what's so scary. Like 10 years ago, you'd never think
that it would have super intelligence.
Yeah, and the fact that that's where we're at now in only 2024, where are we going to be in 2034? Like maybe it'll be the most emotional movie you've ever seen in your life that's ever touched your soul so goddamn hard, you know? It's I feel sick even talking about it. It's so scary just thinking about what's to come.
It's very frightening thinking of
our kids.
kind of...
The kids I don't even have yet.
I think what I worry about is people having a loss of meaning over... Because they talk about this, like, with robots, right? They're like, yeah, but they could come in and do all the really mundane, boring things and, you know, make you free up all your time or whatever. But it's like those mundane, boring things are what make life.
Life.
Yeah. And that's how life be life. And, like, I love
I don't
cooking.
want robot Hoover bopping around my
I quite enjoy cleaning.
Yeah.
You know, it can be
me
quite
too.
therapeutic.
Yeah.
And it's like... I just don't know how many people are going to even trust this. Like, I've been talking to Thomas about this, so my husband's a pilot, for anyone who doesn't know, but, you know, he's talked about self-flying airplanes and things like that, and like, or like where there is the potential of them not needing a second pilot relatively soon.
I
And
wouldn't
it's like,
get on that plane.
and I keep saying that to him. I'm like, I really don't think people will ever feel fully trusting in it. But he said, like, it's all coming on very slowly and very subtle. What is that on the wall?
Stop.
It's a fly.
Oh my god, Melanie.
It's But, you know, because he's after getting another degree in aviation management, and I was joking. I was like, at least it's a backup for when the robots take over the airplanes. And, you know, like, and I'm really happy that we started YouTube when we did, because people are always going to know that we've been around. You know, that we're not fake. It might get to a point where people are like, which people are real and which people aren't
look,
real.
ChatGPT could create a doppelganger of Melanie Murphy.
Doppelganger?
Doppelganger?
Doppelganger.
You're giving it a lot to work with there, so...
But they could do that of you, based on your YouTube videos.
Yeah, but I don't know... I didn't agree to no terms and conditions like you did, okay? Look, at least that's that.
I still think what you're doing online is being tracked, though. Do you never have those moments where, like, stuff pops up, ad pops
Oh,
up
yeah, I know that shit goes on. I don't... Oh, that's been going on years. Like...
Yeah, but that's my attitude to AI. It's like, I'm kind of just like, whatever's going to happen is happening. If they're going to blow us all up, they're going to blow us all up. I'm not going to think about that. Because I've trained myself to not be constantly living in the future in my head. You know, I do like, you know, looking forward to something I'm going to do that week or whatever, but I really try and not catastrophize about the future when we don't know.
Yeah.
But also with this subject, like, there's certain things I just have to avoid. Like, when you see men genuinely, like, they're saying it so genuinely that they're like, I'm in love with this robot.
Oh no,
you know, like...
and that whole thing of like going to robots for sex and all, like a
sex
prostitute,
bots.
that's terrifying.
Do you remember the movie AI? I think it was called AI, but there was Jude Law played a sex bot in it.
But what's wrong with these men?
No, he was a sex bot for women.
What's wrong with these women?
Once you've had a lover robot, you'll never want a real man again. You are a goddess.
She will scream out in the moonlight, oh yes, oh God, oh yes, oh God.
Do you not think it's weird?
I don't know, a vibrator is a robot. Anyway.
No, come on. A vibrator is a robot. Oh, sure, you're going to be telling me I'm a fucking robot now with the way you're going on. A vibrator is like a laptop, or like a hair curler. It's a tool.
Yeah, but you're getting sexual pleasure from but a lot of people say that AI is a
But
tool.
a robot is like speaking to you and looking at you and saying weird things, like...
I think AI has surpassed the level of being a tool. I think it's something else. I think it's something we don't understand yet. And the people who developed AI themselves have even said that they used to be able to say, oh, I can see 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years into the future. And now they're like, I can't even see a year ahead.
But I think
that's how fast this is going.
I think they fucked up. They've opened a can of worms on something.
What I would like to see happen is what happened with nuclear weapons, where, you know, everyone came together and said, like, look.
Yeah, but a nuclear weapon didn't have all this knowledge and wasn't, like, speaking to you. That's so...
No, but we can still program it. So what I'm saying is, if they brought in a thing where it's like, look, let's all agree to put this to bed and leave it alone.
I'd like to believe it's that simple, but that's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. We've never gone backwards with stuff on the internet this far.
I don't mean about going backwards, but I just mean having very strict tape around
I hope so, but I'm not convinced. That's where I stand.
I'd love to know where people are with this whole topic.
Yeah, please let us know your thoughts.
Yeah.
I'd love to know, are you like more of a Mel, more of a me, or neither of us, or do you stand
See, I don't
somewhere
think
else?
we're that different. I think I'm just less terrified of it.
Let us know if you've used ChatGPT. I'd love to know. I really would.
Yeah. And what have you talked to it about?
Yeah, and where is
It's
it
like,
taking you?
For me, the reason I first downloaded it was a friend of mine who works with a lot of creators.
I know, but
And
you...
she was like, why are you not using that to help you come up with YouTube titles?
But you mentioned it to me like last year, and I went and looked at it. I was like, hell no. I was like, hell no, she's crazy.
So yeah, other than it, you know, pretending to be me in order to scam my followers and such scenarios, which totally could happen. Because like,
yeah,
literally if that happened, I go down to the Garda. The Garda is like the Irish police. I go down to the Garda, like, there's a fake me online, and they'd be like, what the fuck do you want me to do?
Yeah.
Like, it's really scary
It is
in that
really
way.
scary.
I think as well being a woman online is generally scary. Anyway, we get a lot of sexual harassment sent our way and stuff like that. Of just certain people, and you have to like block them over and over again because they just won't leave you alone. But like, imagine your whole identity being stolen, and then like some man making a fortune off of like a fake version of you, and like
I actually have heebie-jeebies.
do you ever worry that there'll be less ability for us to make money? Like, brands just will want to work with AI influencers.
I don't know, but like I'm kind of at the point now where every day it's getting more what's the word, appealing to wipe myself off the internet, you know, and I don't know, just disappear into the void. I'd say it's quite likely, because what AI influencers will be able to do in the span of a number of hours, a number of days, a human couldn't produce the same results.
They already are, but I'm just kind of like, I wouldn't buy something because AI told me I should buy. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but maybe you won't. You don't know if it's AI or not. That's the scary part. See, that's where like it's like a whole loophole.
Is that why I cling to the YouTubers and Instagrammers that I've already followed for years and years? Even though like some of them, their life is on such a different direction, and I'm just like, yeah, but like you were there in the olden days.
Might be a anxious attachment.
Maybe. Don't leave me.
Stay with me.
Stay with me.
Don't put that in.
You'd better hope and pray.
AI can already do so many jobs that humans do, but like a million times faster, a million times cheaper, like a million times better. Coding, all sorts of things. And
we will be replaced.
No, see, Thomas thinks that governments won't let it happen, because if that happens, there'd be way less tax being paid, and it would just, destabilise the economy completely. My argument is, what if they bring in universal basic income, where they're like paying everyone enough to just survive? A lot of people, their job is like such a huge part of their
who they are,
esteem, self-worth, their respect, and imagine if you just didn't have to work. I don't know. Like,
I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to.
Fuck would you do? Because that's why a lot of wealthy people are really depressed.
I know,
because they don't have to. They just have everything they could ever need or want.
Yeah.
But then they're just like, what
am
I working toward? You need to be working towards something at all times in life, and you get the thing, and then you have a bit of satisfaction, and then the satisfaction's gone, and you go on to the next thing, and that's a big part of what brings contentedness and happiness to people. I'm also always thinking of, when you're doing your final exams in school, and you kind of have a vision of your future. You're like, right, the next 20 years, like this is the general path I'll take. These are my options. Imagine being 20 now. Or 18.
Oh, yeah.
Because in the past when I was in school, if you wanted to go into a computer program and they were like, safe bet, You know, you'll always be needed, and then it's like, what if they're not needed? And
well, there is still jobs like that, like, you know, doctors, lawyers. Like,
but they might not need. You know, a lot of doctors could become redundant with this.
Well,
and like all jobs are at risk here, and it's
yeah, that's true. But I do think a lot of people wouldn't go to a robot doctor. Like, I wouldn't.
But, you know, there's a lot of shit doctors out there. Imagine a doctor that knows
that is true.
every single thing that could possibly be wrong with you, and has consumed all the most up-to-date research papers, whereas, like, my GP's fucking useless at a lot of that kind of stuff. But, you know, I just think about my kids when they're like...
That's what's scary, is in 20, not the 18, 20-year-olds now. I'd say your kids at 18, 20. That's terrifying.
But can we just focus on the fact that, like, this is going to put a lot of value on certain jobs that AI will never be able to do.
Yeah.
Like a massage therapist.
Yeah.
There's so many in-person things, like people who create food and just anything that's not on a fucking computer.
Well, a massage, they could have a robot massage.
Nah.
Yeah. You never know. We never know.
What about trying to think of things that they can't take away from us?
My dignity!
It's just, see, this is why, especially on Instagram, I have like completely seeped myself in nostalgia core. Like just the time when the internet was this new shiny thing, but there was no AI, but it was like, and it was all so promising and exciting, but it was also really shit. And we also remembered a time before it existed.
Yeah.
That is the sweet spot, like 2010.
The full round.
I'm mentally there, and I'm just, I don't know, I'm trying really hard to like embrace all this shit, but
I'm not.
I know you're not. Yeah, so let us know your feels.
Please let us know down below in the comments.
Yeah, and what topics would you like to see us talk about on this? There's so many different things I want us to be doing videos on, because this is my sis. We do a series on her channel called Agony Ants.
Yes.
Where we take a dilemma from you and we chat to you about it. And
4 episodes over there if you want to go and have a little watch.
So we're going to be doing these where we take subjects and we kind of, you know, do our thing.
Dive in. Head first.
I'm very tired. I will not be filming the
too.
next episode in the dark. It's fucking dark out. I'm exhausted. I'm up since 5 in the morning.
Has been stressful. And I need to catch a train very soon.
Yeah, so let us know how you liked this. Maybe you hated it. And we'll go.
What was that? I was going to blow in a kiss and you were talking to
I'm going to go onto Netflix and let Netflix suggest what I should watch based on other things that I have enjoyed. AI. You're going to go and maybe use some Google Maps.
Can't get rid of it. Yes, AI. I am. Oh my god.
Bye, my loves.
Bye. Never do that again.
Let's do the time warp again.
I need to do a wee.